Okay, our final talk will be by Faizal Manjoo. You've heard him speak already briefly. Just to give you a bit of background around him. He's a practicing attorney at law and presently lectures in Islamic jurisprudence and Islamic finance at the Markwood Institute of Higher Education. He graduated from Darul Uloom Madrasa in South Africa in '96. He obtained his BA Honours in Islamic Studies, diploma in Advanced Labour Law, and a diploma in Banking Law from the University of Johannesburg. After qualifying as solicitor in South Africa in 2001, he used his legal expertise to enhance Islamic law in finance and drafting contracts, developing financial products, and being involved in the regulatory issues. He also obtained his advanced diploma in labour in 2002, as well as an advanced diploma in banking law in 2003. So very accomplished. Very accomplished from the day. Okay, I'll hand you over now to President.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون صدق الله العظيم. I know you're tired and you want to have some bites also, but before you go, two people will be lucky to get two beautiful books on Islamic economics today, inshallah. We can have small lessons to keep you. Okay. The topic they gave me, the Bambinos, was spirituality in finance. Now, the question is, why? Why do we need spirituality in finance? Any idea?
To strike a balance.
Between?
Nafs.
Right.
And gain.
Okay. One. Sisters, why do we talk about spirituality in finance?
Because all the actions are connected to worshiping Allah, whether it's finance or anything really. So,
am I right to say that what you're saying and what the brother is saying, ultimately we want this balance or link with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we want peace of mind, tranquility in our heart? Okay? This is why, as professionals, we have seen what is happening in Dubai. You raised this question earlier on. That question, I could see that coming last 2 months ago already when Saad Bank in Saudi started sneezing Swiss dollars, $1 billion with a sukuk. And the flu was caught up in Dubai. It's not something which just overnight Dubai started collapsing. People inherently, many of you here and outside, we know, and Tariq is saying it, and many of you are feeling it, that we are in an environment that cannot give us peace. If we're going to deal with riba, the Quran is clear. Master Shaitan, Quran is here about it, Surah Baqarah. Those who deal with interest, it's as if Shaitan has given them a shot. You know, in other words, you'll be baffled under the Qiyamah. But leave alone the Qiyamah, in today's time, when a person is completely engulfed into debt, he can't sleep at night. And we as Muslim professionals, we try to alleviate that. Look at the spiritual dimension. Where can we get some peace of mind from this riba system? So the spirituality in Sharia, we have two beautiful lectures here. One by Brother Tariq on corporate governance. I come from a legalistic background. Corporate governance, basically, we look at professionalism, we look at accountability, etc., which in a way, you can sue a director. The lifting of the veil is possible with corporate governance. And because we do not have enough corporate governance, now the central bank, the Bank of England is talking about stewardship, which is the highest level of commitment demanded on the financier, on the bank. Right. There's an article book written by Mike Goider on that, which they want to push forward because corporate governance itself is not passing the test. Who you blame for the credit crunch? The big bonuses that's going on. You read it every day in the newspaper, but who is accountable to that? What is the legal dimension? Like, for example, in 1999, there was a bank that collapsed in South Africa, the Islamic Bank. The name was Islamic Bank. Despite the hype behind the corporate veil, it was lifted and the directors were sued. And so, some of them were brought into British court because being in the Commonwealth. So you can see that there is far more in corporate governance, that it is legalistic. On the other hand, our brother spoke about ethics. What is ethics technically? It is what the society feels good or bad. It's not legalistic, it's a moral duty. One is a legal duty, one is a moral duty. And you as professionals, how do you balance that in your financial environment? You got to look at a macroeconomic level, and a macroeconomic level, you people, are you having peace of mind what you are doing? Are you satisfied if you got to do the audit of a bank? Are you satisfied you as the MD, you got to sign a contract where there is riba? Are you an MD who is going to be investing, or the fund manager on a derivative market? So these are things that worries us, and we look at the spiritual dimension in Islamic finance. Now, how do we deal with that as individuals here? Basically, you will realize that, those who do psychology, that your personality, you as a human being, is a function of your behavior. That basic fundamental rule, mathematical rules in psychology. Personality is equal to F B in bracket. Okay. Now, if you look at it Islamically, this is reflected in the surah Deen. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes qasam, Deen. Allah takes an oath on the olive tree. Why? Simple commentary of Yusuf Ali. Don't have to open big tafsir. Very clear. The olive tree, the branch, when you burn it, what happens? The smoke is white. It's not grey. The smoke of the olive tree is white. It's not grey. Yusuf Ali draws a similitude there, that when you burn your nuts inside, the nuts that our brother mentioned earlier on, it manifests itself on your outside. In other words, when you balance your inside and your outside, this is what brings in the harmony that your ruh, your soul wants, and at the same time what your body wants. Because your soul is spiritual, your body is material. And this what we call in Urdu, this kashmakash, this internal fighting between yourself at work. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going in this meeting, this gathering today? Am I going to miss my Fajr Salah, my Salah? Or should I shake my hand with this lady at work? There's so many thousands of ethical questions that comes in our mind every day. And we look at spiritual justification to get this peace of mind. And this is where we as Muslims, our behavior is very, very important. Now, when you look at a Muslim, there are three faculties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed every one of us here. One is the faculty of what we call the intellect. The second one is the sexual drive. The sexual drive. And the third one is what we call bravery, or anger, the faculty of anger. When a man, ulama explain, when you control your anger at work, or with your wife, or with your children, what happens? You develop the quality of bravery. On the other hand, if you let people sit on your head, you know what will happen. On the other hand, if you show too much at work or at home, you become a tyrant, you become an oppressor. So the beauty that a Muslim got to get the spiritual dimension with this hymn is this quality of moderation in anger. Use this quality of anger like the Prophet ﷺ did for Umar bin Khattab radiallahu ta'ala. Very colorless person, but Allah ﷺ converted this anger, the quality of anger he had in him, to rule the Islamic empire. The second one is the quality of intellect. If we use our intellect outside its jurisdiction, that will become haram. Because if there are certain rules in the Quran and we want to persevere and be what in research methodology we call the subjective research methodology and not the objective research methodology, we're going to have problems. We become too subjective into that. Whereas certain rules, for example, talaq is to be given by the man, not the woman. Now we say no, because the Human Rights Act says we must have equality, we must give it to the woman. Now we are challenging those areas of law which are immutable in Sharia. So we want to be careful with that. So when a person controls his intellect, he doesn't use it beyond what Allah has made halal and haram, or if he doesn't use it at all, then you develop the quality of hikmah.